Hello, my name is Deb Robarge, also known as Grandma to my 8 grandchildren. My husband and I also raised 3 sons. Today I want to talk about a vaccine-preventable disease that my youngest son survived, barely. It was February of 1986, and my son was just 7 months old at that time. He had been recovering from a minor cold, but seemed to be getting better. One evening, I noticed he wasn't nursing well, and his diaper was pretty dry. Looking back, I remember noticing that his color was pretty sallow at that point. So I called our family doctor, who was annoyed with me, and assumed I was overreacting. And he said, "Do you want me to do a spinal tap?" So I kind of backed off and said, no, I guess not. I'll call you in the morning if he's not better. Well, by morning, he was not better. He was not eating, his diaper was completely dry, and he was arching, and his color was even worse than the night before. So off we went to the clinic to see a different doctor who happened to be on duty, and he recognized the danger right away. He sent us by ambulance to a children's hospital, which was the nearest one, 50 miles away. And upon arrival, they did a spinal tap after all, and they warned us gravely that he might not survive. He was a very sick young infant. So when the results returned, it was bacterial meningitis. They started IVs with antibiotics right away, and he did survive after multiple IV sites in his head, on his hands, in his feet, and different kinds of antibiotics to try to cure this meningitis. And 10 days later, we were able to bring him home. But before we left, they said, well, wait a minute. Some of the kids that experience this disease have a hearing loss. We don't think that's very likely, but you might want to get his hearing checked. And we said, no, you're going to check it before we leave, because they don't have the resources where we lived in rural Wisconsin at the time to test his hearing. So they tested it, and we brought him home. He had lost a lot of weight. He couldn't sit up any longer like he had done previously. Several days later, after we had arrived home, our family doctor called, and he was very sheepish, and he said, I have the results of the hearing test. He's got a significant hearing loss, especially in one ear. But sometimes those results change, so you might want to get it checked again. Well, it never changed, and our world was turned upside down that day. Basically, we ended up moving 500 miles away. We learned a new language to communicate with him, and we moved our 2 other sons as well. Bottom line, this is now a preventable disease with vaccines. I'm here as a grandparent to encourage you to get your children vaccinated. We should not have to experience another childhood disease like we had to go through. Please get your children and grandchildren vaccinated. Thanks for paying attention to this video.